Hello everyone, my name is Jaybird and welcome back to Lake of Voices. Before we get back into it, I'm just gonna adjust my microphone just a little bit just to make sure that everything's okay. Alright. Good. I hope things are okay, because I will be sad if they aren't. The sky turns orange as sunset comes upon us. As the color seems to drain from the world, being consumed by the fog, the guide makes his appearance. Lou avoids eye contact with him.
It's almost time.
Oh boy. I nod and feel myself grow tense. We truly are about to return to those bridges. All of us wait in an uncomfortable silence until night falls. We sit... That was a really bad transition, holy fuck. That was a really long pause, holy fuck. We silently stand as one, forming a vigil of sorts. Our remaining lanterns illuminate the dark, prepared for tonight's journey. And yet, the way forward does not appear. The bridges haven't risen from the depths. I glance to my side. The guide doesn't look at all pleased. The corners of his mouth have a harsh bent as he briefly loses himself to heavy thoughts.
We must go to the shore.
Okay. He doesn't offer an explanation for why. Instead, he goes on without us. I follow after the guide, my forehead creasing with swelling worry. Oh my god. I feel like I could make a dick joke about that. Oh yeah, my foreskin creasing with swelling worry. There you go. Good job. That was like low tier jokes. That was like low hanging fruit. That's all I got. I'm sorry. Behind me I hear Margaret's and Lou's unsure footsteps. The four of us press onto the shore. The dark waters lap at the edges of the sand, and as expected, the maze is still hidden beneath the surface. The guide grips his staff tighter still, his knuckles turning ghostly white. He sucks in a breath of air like he's about to speak, but he hesitates. We all stare at him expectantly. After a moment more, the guide is fed up with waiting.
The bridges are late. If they don't arrive as soon as darkness falls, there's no telling exactly how long it will be before they do.
Oh my god. Lou doesn't say anything, opting to stare at the ground with an obscured expression. Excuse me, where's my voice in this? What happened to my voice? Okay, let me do my best Kika expression because apparently she was absent for this day of recording. Do you believe we will have enough time to cross? There you go, there's my best Kika impression.
Time is by far the least of our worries. On the bridges we are constantly moving, which makes it easier to avoid the prowlers. However, this island does not offer that luxury. We're trapped here.
My body goes rigid as his words sink in.
More importantly, the bridges are raised above the waters. Nixie have difficulties pulling themselves up onto the bridges. The soft sloping of the shore will allow far more prowlers to drag themselves towards us.
Oh, fuck.
Not all will be as dangerous as the ones we've encountered thus far. However, we could easily be overwhelmed.
Well, we're fucking screwed. A pit forms deep in my stomach. I glare at him. I stare at him, aghast. I had no idea the situation was that dire. I glanced from the waterline to the trees. What I'm looking for, I don't know. A sign of what might be to come, perhaps. Margaret moves into discussion. Her mood is rapidly declining as well.
Then what should we do? We shouldn't stay on the shore if the monsters could be coming towards us at any moment.
Towards us? Who says towards? Like, I guess British people do. Towards us? The guy closes his eyes and suddenly looks very fuck. Looks very fuck. Okay, yes, that is an expression now. That is an expression now. The guy closes his eyes and suddenly looks very worn down.
Staying in the center of the island is the safest option. However, there's the risk that we may not be able to reach the bridges when they do rise. Prowlers could have taken full control of the shore by then. Remaining here with our lanterns will ensure the Prowlers cannot move freely.
My brows... I thought they said bowels for a second. Involuntarily. My bowels involuntarily knit together. I'm sorry. My brows involuntarily knit together. I don't like the sound of taking additional risks in an area that is already so dangerous, but our options are thin.
I will not be kept on this island for another day, so the shore is where I will be. You may wait at the edge of the forest, or even at the center of the island if you fear being attacked. If the Prowlers come between us and you fail to make it to the bridges, I will leave you behind.
Okay. At least he's being upfront about it. The cat has made his decision and we must make ours.
If you were staying by the shore, perhaps I could be positioned somewhat further back from you. And then the others could stay further back still. That would keep us safer, without having any major gaps of darkness between us and the shore.
I'd say that's likely our best option, and we don't have time to come up with any other way regardless.
Fine.
Just fine. Settled on the matter, the three of us begin to move away from the guide. He pays little attention to us, instead silently fixing his eyes on the water. I take my place in the middle of the shore while Margaret and Lou hover closer to the island's core on the line between dirt and sand. After getting a sense of where they are, I turn my gaze ahead. At first I think I'm being fooled by the fog. There are several white dots playing along the edges of the water. Those are all eyeballs, I guarantee it. Dark globes begin to surface when I see them for what they are. Eyes. I fucking knew it. Wow, right on the fucking head of the penis on that one. I'm sorry. I watched anime and now my mind is mush. I don't feel like I need to explain anything else about that, actually. No, I don't need to elaborate on that. So many white dribbling eyes. Ooh, I love it when it's white dribbling. I love my eyes when they are white and dribbling. Or when the dribble is white. Ooh, spicy. Gleaming. Ah! I need help. Gleaming sharply against their pitch black bodies as the Nixie bob up and down. They surface and disappear in a loop, each time more sets of eyes in closer, surveying us more intently. Then they cackle. The sound is atrocious, gurgling, then turning high-pitched as they seem to take full stock of us. I wish the game would actually have him laughing, you know, like I could actually hear it. That'd be even more unsettling, you know? The lights in their eyes somehow seem brighter as the first of the Nixie dig their claws into the sand and begin dragging themselves up upon the shore. I plant my feet firmer. I love my feet feet. Firm feet. What am I doing with my life? What the fuck is wrong with me? What the hell? This is what anime, not even once. A shrill shriek pierces the air, accompanied by a telltale hiss. I whip my head backwards towards the sound, only to be greeted by cold black darkness. I cry out desperately into the void where Margaret and Lou stood.
What happened?
There's silence. Then, the best sound possible, Margaret's voice replies, albeit shakily.
There was a prowler in the woods. I didn't notice it until it was already too close to me. I dropped my lantern when I saw it. The light was enough to drive it away, but now it's gone. Shattered.
You got some words messed up there, Margaret. 2. I was already so close to me. I dropped my lantern when I realized. There's my Margaret voice. I hope you guys like it. This is why I don't do it. I swerve my head back to make sure the shore is still clear before I sprint over to release them from the darkness with my own light. Margaret stares down at the ground dejectedly when I arrive. Lou stands nearby. He avoids eye contact by awkwardly looking. I'm gonna look away from you. Looking away as I approach the two closer.
We can make a small fire for light.
Yeah, or just make a big fire, you know. I hope you die in a fire. This girl is on fire. Oh, I forgot the other ones. I'm trying to remember all the songs about fire. We are so destructive as a species. We have so many songs about fire. What about water, huh? What about air? You guys ever think about how air feels? It doesn't have. My eyes are legit watering right now. I am genuinely sad. Not about the air, the lack of songs about air, but other things. It's not been a good weekend. Even if it was 3 days. Anyways. Margaret sniffles loudly. I don't know how you sniffle loudly. No, that was a snort. Oh well, we'll just imagine that that's what it was.
That may work for now. But what will we do once we're back on the bridges?
Set the bridge on fire. There you go.
We will manage.
Take a bunch of tree branches and then light them up. And then when one dies out, throw that bitch in the water and then light another one. There you go. Just make sure the trees are not moist because they will not light on fire if they are. I speak firmly, trying to assure her. I can't even guess how effective the attempt was.
Lou, please, clear some space while I gather kindling.
Lou looks startled at suddenly being addressed, but quickly nods and gets to work pushing away the leaves on a small patch of dirt. Margaret moves to help him, though she still looks terribly upset. I feel awful. It wasn't her fault. We dig a few inches down in the sandy soil. The sandy soil. Before making an edging with the rocks to stop the fire from giving us a repeat of last night. I layer the fuel quickly and light a match at the base of the pit. Margaret stokes the fire with Lou looking on. The grass ignites easily and showers the area with enough light to keep anything else that may be lurking in the forest at bay. I release a discreet sigh. We're truly lucky no one was injured or lost during this ordeal. You keep forgetting about Bemele. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I keep that thought to myself, however. Hearing it would only make Margaret feel worse.
You should go back to your position, Kika. It will all be for nothing if we can't make it onto the bridges in the first place.
Right.
I force myself to sound bold.
We're going to get through this.
Yes. Margaret attempts to smile at me. Lou views her empty expression for a moment before turning to move towards a nearby tree. He easily scales it. Absolutely puzzled, Margaret and I watch each movement as he lifts himself into its branches.
I figured there's not much of a chance any Nixie will get a hold of me here. They won't climb.
Oh, you're smart. I like you. I like me a man with some brains. Hint, hint. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. It's just a joke, okay? His voice is lighthearted with an easy confidence.
Well, I won't bother trying to argue with that logic.
Margaret has shaken off some of her sorrow, being in a better mood now. I smile to myself. I'd like to believe that Lou will truly be safe from those predatory creatures this way. With the two of them doing as well as they can be, I cautiously back up to my original position. I return my full focus to the shore. As we feared, this is becoming a pressing situation. More prowlers rose from the waters while my attention was on those two. They've surrounded the guide on both sides. The only way to gain distance from them would be to delve further into the island, yet the guide shows no signs of giving up his position. He remains where he is, resolving to keep all the monsters near him in his sight. I grow more unnerved the longer I watch this. The guide seemed impervious to the dangers of Sinlos. This is the first case where I can't tell whether he will continue to be fine as always or not. It's distressing. I can't talk today. It's a distress. Fuck. Come on, me. Get your shit together. It's a distressing notion. Fuck. As I creep ever closer, I can't stay silent any longer.
Your safety is most important. Consider retreating.
Your safety is most important. Consider retreating. I'm sorry. Why do I have to mock everything? Everything I touch dies! Eventually.
Now you can't disprove it.
He doesn't face me but replies.
I cannot do that. Nixie recognized signs of weakness. Backing away will only increase the odds of them attacking.
I grip my lantern tighter as I swallow hard. What can I do? I don't know. As if to answer my own question, a thought whispers into my mind, and I look down at the lantern in my hand. I could throw it, as long as I don't get it too far down the shore. It doesn't seem plausible that a Nyx could take it. But if I do lose the lantern, especially after Margaret lost hers only moments ago, then I'm gonna throw the lantern. I nerd. Fucking hell! Ah! Yes, I slapped myself on both cheeks. I nod firmly to myself, set on the decision. I've seen the guide perform the move right in front of me. I know it is an impossible feat. Now something has to be done. I inch my way over to the most advanced group of Nixie. They drift slowly as they attempt to get behind the guide. I'm of no concern to them, at least for the time being. The guide spots me, and we make eye contact for a moment. He doesn't say anything and abruptly fixes his gaze elsewhere. It gives me the impression that he's aware of what I'm planning on doing. He's ignoring me because he doesn't want the Nixie to recognize a coming threat. I steady my arms and assume a strong stance. I stop for a heartbeat to take a deep breath. There's no time for breathing, goddammit! Then I jump forward a small way and toss my lantern towards the group of Nixie on the guide's right side. They're all caught completely off guard, practically wheezing as they scatter and dive back into the depths below. None even attempt to steal the lantern. That is a great relief. The guide seizes this moment to swing his staff at the group of Nixie on his left. The light edging close to them combined with the general chaos disturbs the creatures enough to frighten them. The left group joins the right in retreat. The guide observes the water line, making certain that they have all crawled back into the water, and then releases a small sigh. He walks over to retrieve my lantern off the sand where it landed, keeping his eyes fixed steadily behind him. Tentatively, I take a few steps towards him. He extends his arm forward, offering my lantern back to me. I've never gotten so close to the guide before. He hasn't allowed it. Oh, but now he is! Ooh, we're gonna get in his pants tonight!
No, not really, but I don't know.
I wouldn't be sad if we did. But being in his presence this way feels unclear. I don't have the words to describe what it turns inside of me. His eyes are expectant and patient, and I waste no more time. I move to accept it, but I flinch before I can grasp it.
What's wrong?
His face hardens, scrutinizing the unexpected reaction. I banish whatever expression was on my face and take hold of what's mine.
It is nothing.
He lets it go, though does not make any attempt to leave. I don't believe it is because he's worried about leaving me in the darkness. He still suspects something is wrong. The guide watches closely as I set the lantern in flame once more. Its light gently washes over me, and I smile at the sight. This tool I hold is one of the exceedingly few comforts I can have on Sinlos. I do not wish to part with it again. He is still here, and I begin to worry the guide intends to admonish me for what I've done. I may have let emotion show on my face again because he starts to speak.
Keeping a hold of your light is crucial. However, if you took no risk, your only way across could have been lost. It wasn't an empty self-sacrifice. In your position, neither option was correct. Neither was wrong.
enigmatically nods, and upon finishing up his thought, he returns to his original place. I stare flabbergasted at the guide's back. By chance, I was put in a circumstance that allowed our values to align, but never would I have expected him to acknowledge that I made an acceptable decision. A wise decision. I stopped myself from getting further distracted. Instead, I glanced down at my light and realized the glow looks different. I wince. There's a large crack wickedly curving up the back. I'm thankful that it still works. Still, I fear that it would not hold out until the morning. I look forlornly at the fragile glass surrounding the simple flame. In a way, this event has forcefully reminded me of how fragile my own life is. One slip could mean the end of everything. Okay, you don't need to get all dramatic on me like that. I'm already depressed. I don't need another existential crisis. Regardless, nothing can be done presently, and we've got enough to worry about as it is. I cannot let this consume me. We will continue to resist against this lake. ... After an untold period of time, the water begins to stir. There's an unusual gurgling, a sound I never thought I would be this relieved to hear. Slowly, quickly, the bridges make their nightly appearance. Sinlos is an overwhelmingly cruel environment. This island had felt like a safe haven such a short time ago, until that has been twisted to the point where I am grateful for a chance to return to the maze, and we may not even reach that. More Nixie are breaching the water and wrenching themselves onto the sand. The guide signals to all of us.
We have to leave!
Okay, don't have to shout at me. Thanks to his position on the shore, the guide is able to board the bridges without confrontation. For the rest of us, however, the Nixie begin to crowd the opening. It appears they want to get on themselves. We have desperately little time before we'll be cut off from the guide. I look to my lantern. Will this light alone be enough to cause them to disperse?
Come on!
Oh fuck, I was supposed to save. I must save. I have to save. Oh shit, I was supposed to save after after throwing my lantern. Okay, we're fine, we're good. Shit. Margaret cut straight through my thoughts. Oh my god, look at her. She's all like, "Whoo! Hey, this is what I was... oh my god, she took my advice! Wow! She actually took my advice. She did what I was saying she should do. Wow. I feel smart. And I feel... I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied that... You know, normally in horror movies and stuff like this, you tell a character to not do something and then they do it, or you tell them what to do and they don't do it. She did that! She listened to me! Somehow indirectly. She's advancing towards me, holding onto a heavy stick with the end set on fire as a makeshift torch. The sight is striking.
It won't last long! We need to get through now!
She needs not say any more. The three of us push our way forward. As we advance, Margaret relays her plan.
We'll toss the branch when we get close. The smoke spewing off this thing is making it even harder to see than usual. So you tell me when it's time, Kika.
I can do that.
I can do that. The shore approaches closer and closer, and every single one of the Nixie turn their attention towards our small group. Now! After alerting Margaret, she gives her all to hurl the flame ahead of us while avoiding setting the bridge itself on fire. Now we have to save again. I know, we have a lot of saving. The monsters flee from the torch. A path is clear. We waste not one moment, sprinting towards the bridges. With the others near my side, I amble back into the maze. We don't stop until there is a considerable distance between us and the shore. It is there that we encounter the guide. Well, guys, that's gonna be it for this episode of Little Voices. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this episode and you would like to see more of this game, then leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, Die safely. Bye bye!